You're now locked onto the Pulse Radio Show with Marcus Myers, Xtina, and Ken Pyle. And on the 1 and 2s, Big Red the DJ. It's the Pulse Radio Show, baby. Believe that.
Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Barbados to Miss Chantel Cotton Candy Gooding.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So do I refer to you as Chantel, Miss Gooding, Miss Candy, or Cotton?
Let's just go with cotton candy.
Oh. I kind of
Let's keep it sweet and sugary.
I really
Yeah.
like that. I like that. But yeah, you have a very sweet personality. I don't know if that's where it came from. How did you get the name?
You wanted the rated G version or the rated R version?
I want both.
One on the air and one off the air.
Yeah. I don't think Ronnie Clark wants a rated R version.
No.
But yeah, okay. So what's the rated G version?
To be honest, it started. I was at a party one night with my friend who leads me astray every time we go out. Our significant others were there, and we were dancing and having a blast, and there was this guy that just wouldn't leave us alone. So after we finished with the dance floor, we went off, and like most men would do, they asked you your name, and I was like, quick, I was like, Cotton Candy, and it stuck. I then saw the man everywhere I went. He turned out to be a friend of a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
And then my friends heard it, and that's kind of how the name just stuck. I got plenty nicknames.
So of all the names, you chose this porn star name to call yourself. My name is Cotton
Porn
Candy.
star or stripper?
Stripper, porn star, yeah, stripper. I was like, what?
Well, I just chose it because it was sweet. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, no, it is.
Everybody needs a little sugar in their life. So.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's get into you. So you're a rising star, and you got into soca. Tell me about your story about getting into soca.
All right, so I love music. Doesn't matter what kind of music, I love music. I grew up on Sundays with my mom cooking rice and roast and listening to the 60s and 70s. But there's no kind of music I don't like. Soca being one of my favorite, obviously being 100% Bajan.
Right.
These songs I actually wrote since 2015. I keep a diary, as most girls might.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes, and actually when I write things in my diary, I actually write them kind of lyrically, and I always have a song in mind. So I keep a diary, and I have plenty songs in there. And I just had it at my bedside table for plenty years. And this year in particular, my husband was actually like, what are you doing with all those songs? Are you ever going to do anything with them? So it got me thinking, and I did. I actually went and sang them to a guy that's actually worked with us for years, Scenes Entourage, which most people would probably know. And
shout out to Scenes, man.
Yeah.
So that means you have
Scenes.
some videos as well, or videos in the works?
I do. I actually just launched one tonight, CrossFit.
Okay, nice.
So
we're gonna hear that track shortly, actually.
sweet.
Yeah.
So Scenes heard them, and he really liked them. He's like, let's go for it. I don't know why you've had them on your side table so long, so let's do it. So we picked kind of a slower one, a little faster, and CrossFit being the fastest of the three songs. And we then had Mr. Rocca, Corey Ford, come down. He matched it to the melody I wanted, and went down to Anthony Lohar and recorded them, and it's just been an amazing experience.
But I mean, most people that I know that have that wouldn't really jump into music is because they have like stage fright and they don't want to perform in front of people. But it seems like you don't really seem fazed by that at all.
There isn't much I wouldn't. In front of people doesn't bug me much. I wouldn't tell you I don't have a little stage fright. I was coming here tonight, I was cracking my knuckles, and yeah, I was a little nervous.
I know Ken is a bit tall, so he looks a bit aggressive.
Yeah, especially when I turned to Ken and I said, "Oh my God, you're inviting me to that radio show. I feel so famous." He's like, "It is a big deal." I was like, "Okay."
It's so funny. I didn't know it was a big deal. Why didn't you tell me that, Ken? I would have.
So then I start all my
pants.
research, and but no, so. I'm not really a nervous type. I love people.
Yeah, I could tell.
I believe that half of the experiences in life that's what people come into your life for. Everyone comes into your life for a reason. And like Ken, I met him. I walked into Cave Shepherd, of course, looking for a perfume, which I'm wearing tonight. And
I was just about to smell you, and that would have been so like sexual harassment. Like rule number 1, don't just smell the person. That
Gotta be PC, man. They gotta be PC.
Right? So I walked in, and he dropped a line and told me I had a nice radio voice. Still think it was a good line. And from there, I just talked about I said. turn you in, hook, line, and sinker.
And question, when he asked your name, what did you say?
He didn't ask my name, actually.
Oh.
He just talked about my voice. And then
okay.
it went from there. And when I told him my stage name was Cotton Candy, he was like, you want to be on our show?
Nice.
So,
nice.
yeah.
It sounds really good. Okay, so what are your like musical influences? Who are the people that you looked up to and you said, I really want to do music and I want to be at their level?
To be honest, as much as I love soca, one of my favorite people of all times is Celine Dion.
Really?
I know I took my husband to her concert and he fell asleep and dribbled all down my shoulder. But she was one of my first people that I fell in love with.
Oh, she's incredible.
Yeah, she absolutely is. And I know that's very different to soca. My music kind of is in my family. Emil Straka from the Merry Men,
Oh, wow.
is family to us. So I've always loved that kind of vibe. If we're talking about soca, I mean, obviously there's the Mashalls of the world that I absolutely love. There isn't really an absolute favorite.
Yeah.
I just love all genres and I have fun. And I think music is something, doesn't matter what mood you're in. You could be sad, you hear a good song, you just pick right up. So that's what I love about it.
Came to mind. Marshall or Lil Rick? Don't think, just say it.
Lil Rick.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and now that I'm thinking about it, depends how much. It just depends how much alcohol I've had. Because if it's enough alcohol, Lil Rick is just bashment.
Okay, so
Marshall could be in your car and that kind of.
So he's more the sober Chantal.
Yeah,
Lil
kind
Rick
of.
is the drink cotton candy Chantal.
Yeah.
Okay, the cotton candy.
Yes, exactly.
The cotton candy. Okay.
Exactly.
So what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna take in this track called CrossFit. You said you worked with Rocka on it. Who else worked on this track with you?
So Scenes, Rocka, and Anthony Lohar.
Okay,
is
who wrote the
produced
song?
it.
You said
I wrote it.
you write all of your songs.
The diary. Remember the diary?
The
Yeah.
black book.
So I write all my songs, and when I presented it to them, I had my melody, and then Rocka just kind of matched it to what I wanted. I mean, honestly, the best. I actually thought it was going to be more time consuming than that, but he
Fair
does
enough.
it quick and sweet.
So we're gonna take in this
And-
one. This one is called CrossFit, yeah. And you are listening to the Pulse Radio Show right here on Hot 95.3 FM, powered by Cave Shepherd. Own the experience in association with Broad Street Men's and Women's Designer Wear.
The Pulse Radio Show. Believe that.
And of course, we heard Cotton Candy, we heard Mary Mary, we also heard Fun Police, and of course we heard the first one that we played, CrossFit. Now we were speaking off air and you mentioned that you did all of these tracks with the same production team.
Yeah.
What about next year? What about branching out? What about trying other things?
Oh, I'm in for anything. Absolutely. I'm sure I'm going to come back next year when something's nice to do it twice, at least. So.
But you did mention that you do have a lot of material there.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
down, so it
True.
necessarily follows, yeah?
So, okay, when you said swing the baton on my boxy, can you elaborate?
Bamzi.
You want a visual.
Bam bam.
No, I'm just trying to put myself I'm just trying to get myself on the road from the early. So I'm just trying to, what is the
Well, there's a specific dance to it, Marcus.
Really?
So, yeah, so you're going to have to learn the dance to it.
Okay, well, we have to get that dance, we have to get that dance on camera, so
Oh!
I do. I think this is where we get the rated R definition for cotton candy. But yeah, I have a question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the fact that you are Caucasian will play a role in the way Bajans perceive your music?
I definitely think it has them interested. It's something different for sure.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't think that soca or any kind of music belongs to any special.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
No.
But I do think that it has them interested.
Yeah,
Like
it's not even that. It's more just like one thing about, like, for example, branding and music is that it's very visual.
Yeah.
And especially in soca where there's a lot of sex appeal involved. Like looking at somebody plays a role in how you kind of take in the music sometimes.
Exactly.
Right? So I was wondering, how will it affect in any way? I mean, it could be like super, super, super positive. It might not do anything at all. I was just wondering. I have no idea. No idea at all, yeah.
I don't know either.
I
I'm
know.
going to see where it takes me.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like the music. And I think
you.
we should only judge it by the music. And I think Fun Policeman is going to have people saying,
I
what?
feel so sorry for the Barbados Police Force.
No.
But Like I really feel sorry for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Kaduma, they are like they're off duty whenever that song comes on.
And any that have batons
swinging
in
batons,
them are going to get
swinging batons.
So only soca for you, or you had the reggae song you had?
Yep, I did a reggae song. I actually wrote that this year with all of the negativity that was going on in Barbados. Just, obviously sewage and sanitation. But at the end of the day, there's no country that's perfect in this world.
Right.
And I think that everyone was so down about the way, and everybody had down vibes. And the song I wrote, it's called Foreverland. And it's just about being happy to be Bajan, being proud to raise your flag. It doesn't matter what they print in the news and what they say, just, love your country, be proud of it, and play your part in keeping it the gem that it is. So when it was around politics time, we did a little change on the verses slightly, but the actual song, I'm not sure if I've sent it out to too many radio stations as yet, but I'm hoping it gets played because I think it's a really positive song for Bajans to just listen to and enjoy. So
that was Chantel just answered that question.
That was.
Cotton Candy is the one that wants the batons on her back.
That's right.
So you have a lot of range, friend, and I think that your how should I say your to some extent naughty side, your troublesome side is gonna get you really, really far. I really think so.
Hope
right?
so.
Yeah, I do. I really thank you for coming through.
Thank
this
you.
isn't the last time that we're going to be seeing you. I want you to come through again.
Oh, I'll be here, I'm sure.
I
want to thank, definitely, first and foremost, I want to thank my husband for being the best cheerleader there absolutely has been.
Does he read your diary?
Better had not. There is some stuff in there he will not want to see.
They got the fun fireman. They got the fun. What else they got?
Police.
And I just want to thank, my kids and everybody that's been so, my cheeks literally hurt me the first week I put the songs out. The amount of calls and messages, and to drive down the road, 95.3 rocks them all the time. I literally get goosebumps from my head to my toe. It's an awesome feeling. I don't know if every musician goes through it, but it is truly an awesome feeling.
Oh yeah, performances. Where are we gonna see you perform?
Well, so far I definitely booked into Harbour Lights. They're doing a tent. I think that's the week just before Kadooment, so I'm doing that. There is a fundraiser coming up in summer, which they've asked me as well. There is some private functions, a boat cruise that's done the Sunday before Kadooment. I'm going to be on there as well. So there are a couple events that you're going to see me at.
Would you do any competitions? Like, would you do like Sweet Soca or anything?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I actually haven't given it much thought. These were people that came and approached me and asked me, so I thought about it and I said yes, but I haven't been approached and I'm not quite sure. This is the first interview for me ever, so I'm getting my feet wet.
Well, I think you just took a big plunge into everything. So I look forward to everything you have to come. I would like to see you in Bashment Soca for more reasons than one. It would just be interesting to see you on stage. Very interesting. You there next to Stiffy, and it's like, whoa, that would be very cool to see.
And that will be cotton candy for sure.
That will be cotton candy for sure.
There'll be no Chantal in that.
That'll be a drunk cotton candy. Yeah, the little red cotton candy.
Yeah,
okay, yep.
That's for sure.
Okay, well, Chantal, thanks for coming through.
Pleasure.
And I think this is like really highlighting the show. Right? What can I say?
Of course, this is the Pulse Radio Show. Powered by Cape Shepherd on the Experience in association with
Broad Street Men's.